We took a hotel for the night. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 80 days, where we are on day 3 and we're still in Paris. Which is probably not the best rate of speed. I would prefer to be in Eastern Europe at this rate, but oh well. I can't judge transportation in 1872 based on transportation in 2016. You will be comfortable here, Monsieur Fogg remarked, but travelling overnight will often be more efficient. Right, so we must board the longest journeys available. Perhaps, he replied, the short answer indicating. I think that one-day journeys might often be more flexible in their timing and could offer more connections. Still, the surrounds of the hotel rates us most enjoyable. Right, depart. And embark. I have 2 suitcases and we need another car basically. Damn. Oh well, it'll still be a day profit in Berlin of 32k basically. We found a member of the Coachmakers Guild to carry us to Amsterdam. She loaded her cases onto the back, stoked the boiler, and took off at high speed along the coastal road, was swerving around each corner with considerable skill and I think a touch of showmanship. I clung on tight. This would be a terrific ride. Her character is now well healed. Let's talk. Greetings, driver. I cannot drive well if you are talking to me. I'm very interested in Amsterdam. The canals of Amsterdam are no longer lined with gold. How about Amsterdam, Berlin? Is it possible to travel from Amsterdam to Berlin? Absolutely, Berlin can be reached from Amsterdam by private car, but the journey is a tiring one. How about Berlin to Munich? Same answers, basically. Once or twice, the metal rim wheels lifted the chassis clear from the road on one side, only to bump down after a triumphant puff more of the engine. It must have topped 40, perhaps even 50 miles an hour. It's a fabulous way to travel. The Polish inventor Bosek, who had first attached a perfectly decent locomotive engine underneath a flimsy wooden crate, was clearly a genius. Such cars were growing in popularity, starting from the use in farmsteads and extending through the classes. It was said that this King of Sweden now drove one, though presumably only to show solidarity with the beleaguered potato farmers. As we rattled along, I spoke to our driver about what lay ahead and learned that you could pick up beautifully made music boxes in Vienna that will sell for a fortune in Antalya. So if we want to make a lot of money on a trip, we'll go through Wien, Austria, to Antalya, which is pretty much smack dab in the middle of southern Turkey. Or the Ottoman Empire, I should say. Market, you know what, let's buy another suitcase. Let's see. Okay, 7,200, we are going to Munich. And we'll buy this one as well. And since we bought the thing, we are learning of new routes, obviously, which will be helpful. Right, so there's Istanbul, Izmir, further east if you can, look. that's Antalya, pretty much smack dab in the middle of southern, so yeah. But that doesn't suit the option of going north, so I don't think I'll do that. Plan. Can I get to Berlin right now? Departs in 2 days. Oh, I wanted to go to Munich, right? How about Copenhagen? Departs tomorrow? No. Right, so we're definitely going through Vienna, so we're probably going to alter the route and go south instead. Sure, I'll still make a steady profit by going to Berlin, so... Let's go for a hotel. There are people from Amsterdam move about its canal-side streets with sense of optimism and good cheer. Our own mission left little time for exchanging pleasantries. I found a street peddler who greeted me with a cheerful smile beneath a caterpillar-like moustache. What is the fastest way on from here? Car, I suppose. The roads are good, the canals used to be better, but now they seem to be almost out of date. It is a curse to be rich in the past. By the time the future rolls around, you're poor again. Maybe you'll be rich again sometime. I remarked, more from sheer optimism than any true conviction. Sure, £1 for apple, that sounds really expensive. I've thanked the peddler and moved on. Yes, it's gone down by £1 game. Sure, let's go. £11 for a second car. Sure. Interesting. Our next leg was another short trip in a car, abandoned in, eager to get started. We hired the same driver as before. You too, she exclaimed. Get in. Fog. Ah, close shave. Superb. I did that because he is going slightly below. As we departed Amsterdam for Berlin, I begged Mr. Fogg to allow me to turn at the wheel. A turn at the wheel. He looked at our driver, who smiled and happily moved to one side. The wheel beneath my hands was like nothing I've experienced before. Such a responsibility. Knowing the slightest sneeze could send us veering into this ditch. Yes, my English is good today. The mechanism of the car was quickly grasped. The first lever produced for a moment the sideways lever control of the gearing, and hence the rate of power. The rest of the controls were evident enough. We made a good time, though at the end of the day my palms were scorched and red hot. Now I know why drivers wear gloves. Honk. Converse. What is your wish, master? Passepartout, there you are. Journey. Money. Very good. That was pointless. We made good progress in the car. Toot, my friends, toot. Finally we came upon a sight of tiled roofs, the harbour, and the smell of herring. We had arrived in Berlin. Relationships with Fog has strengthened. Yay! I guess. It's obviously good. Right. I need to stay here anyways, but if I were to do... That's departing tomorrow before 6 PM. How about the other route? Well, I can't really do anything tomorrow, so... Let's rest. And also I need to sell the wine. We stayed for the night in a hotel at Lawn on Unter den Linden, the main boulevard in central Mitte district. From the window, the Brandenburg Gate was lit by upturned gas lamps. I went for a late night stroll. Along the avenue, past groups of people drinking at low tables. I sat down beside a pair of ladies who were trying to outdrink the other. I kept score for them. As jug by jug they slid slowly underneath the outdoor table and onto the cobblestones beneath. The evening was riotous, and I learned from my new friends Adele and Claudia that the quickest way to Bucharest is through Prague. Right. So we need to wait until 7 AM so the market opens. That is what we're doing right now. 6:55, 6:58, 6:07. Right. We need to sell the wine. Sure, some travel routes. Not a bad idea. And that's all, I think. Knowing routes in advance is obviously a big advantage in terms of traveling. Depart, can we not do this by... Let's just do it. Steam carriage. I was hoping we could travel faster, but we need to go to Munich. We crossed from Berlin to Munich in a patched-up steam carriage. The smoke pumped out of the back through a tall iron chimney, leaving a soot-smudged wake which trailed behind us like a flag. Our driver Christoph could not stop talking of his father. The countryside was the very definition of bucolic, whatever that is. Little farmsteads with kettle bars, coal sheds and roving automatic tractors digging up the fields. Let us converse. Munich to Vienna. We want to go to Vienna so we can... how about Venice? Dubrovnik? I like trails, sure, indeed. How about Dubrovnik? Can we get to Dubrovnik? Sofia. Izmir. Use apples, sure. Izmir. There we go, Antalya. Okay, so the quickest way to Antalya from here is to Athens. So we need to go to Athens. You know a lot of about routes now, but we need to go to Athens. No idea how I learned about Winnipeg route there, but oh well. One man passing called out. You are English? Indeed we are. Pip, pip, he called back with a crude imitation of Monsieur Fogg's accent, and he and his fellow fell about laughing as we left them far behind. This is probably going to hurt, but my relationship with Monsieur Fogg, but I'm going to laugh too. Yeah. You don't need to be so stiff. Market. We want to buy the timetable, of course. We want to sell that one. And we are certainly going to Venice, so we can buy this one for Venice. Sure, we can buy some apples. Depart, ideally to Venice immediately. Okay, I need to... Let's try to do this, just see what happens. And... that was not a good trade, but... yeah, crap. Oh well. Go past night here, I guess. As I previously noted, the Franco-Prussian War had concluded but a year previously, but thus my French accent was at disadvantage. Concierge of the hotel was the most suspicious when I approached the desk. I did not care for politics. I did not care for politics myself. What was the enmity of nations to me? Still, in order to avoid any outwardness, I spoke as little as possible. And I tried to adopt the Germanic rather than Francophone expression to match, with perhaps mixed success if Monsieur Fogg's faintly quizzical looks were any measure. Strength is slightly ancestral, whatever that means. I can explore for 4 hours, sure. There was little daylight in Munich. The sky was shrouded in steam and oil fumes from the tracks and hydraulic excavators on the street. A place of industry, then. Absent-mindedly. A place of industry, then, with citizens with dark cloaks to protect the finer from the suit. I brushed a few specks of dirt from my collar, absent-mindedly, far more intrigued by the gleaming machines were marking the city's skyline. Rumor had it that this work was the doing of the Bavarian king, who had become obsessed with steam power and was spending an exorbitant sum on important machinery and engineering work. The Kingdom of Bavaria had recently joined the German Empire. It appeared that the king certainly had much more time on his aristocratic hands. Power and freedom are a most potent and dangerous combination, as our journey, I fear, proves. Right, so we're going to depart for Venice. And while we're doing this, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of 80 Days. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.